Pak Dianto, bisa dengar suara saya?
Siapa?
Oh, oke.
Pak Kris belum ada fotonya lah.
Fotonya, oh saya lagi ada di ini nih Pak, bukan di tempat kerja nih, jadi ada di luar depan gitu, karena kan
Siap.
Mbak udah pulang kan,
Oke, siap.
belakangnya berantakan, ini nih.
Kalau yang dari China berarti di sana sekarang jam berapa ya?
Cuma beda 2 jam. Shanghai kan
Oh,
dekat aja kan, dekat Hong Kong kan, aman aja.
siap.
Saya mau pasang background kok susah ya di sini ya. Gimana caranya pasang background di Zoom ini ya? Di mana sih Pak caranya Pak pasang background Pak?
Di video
Di video,
bisa di sebentar audio setting juga bisa.
audio option,
Au-
terus
Audio
nggak ada di
setting,
sini.
audio setting,
Ada,
audio
saya
setting.
tuh ini Pak, pakainya dari web Pak, bukan install Pak.
Video setting.
Video setting, kok nggak ada pilihannya di saya video settingnya?
Nomor 2 dari sebelah kiri. Setelah di apa ada mute, terus ada stop video dari situ Pak.
Iya, tapi pilihan saya cuma select kamera aja, SD kamera sama same as system, nggak ada tulisan lainnya. Kenapa ya?
Terus virtual background nggak ada di situ?
Nggak ada background.
Ada ya. Choose
Kok lucu ya?
virtual background atau choose video filter.
Iya, nggak ada di saya. Kok nggak ada ya? Kenapa ya?
Berarti yang kameranya select kamera itu Droid cam through apa tuh? Enggak ya?
Nggak ada. Saya di video itu cuma ada select kamera aja. Ada HD kamera sama same as system, udah nggak ada pilihan lainnya.
Ini HD makanya kelihatan apa kan yang pakai.
Makanya ini belakang saya berantakan. Ini
Oh,
si Mbak nggak ada kan. Habis itu orang tua saya ke rumah, terus keponakan saya juga jadi ke rumah semua. Di atas berisik banget soalnya. Takut
siap.
keganggu nanti malah. Gimana Pak kabar?
Siap.
Sehat Pak?
Nah, sehat Pak, sehat.
Katanya. Kapan cuti?
Nah, kita mah cuti kapan ya? Kita mah kalau berita itu kan harus ada tiap hari, Pak.
Ah,
Nah, kalau dari ininya. Tapi besok masih ada webinar kita besok yang call
iya
itu, Pak.
saya lihat ya, yang call ya.
Itu malah agak agak repot karena pembicaranya kan tadinya di Australia, terus pindah ke Amerika gitu. Jadi ternyata di Amerika itu
Hmm.
jam 2 malam ya. Tapi nggak apa-apa katanya gitu.
Hmm.
Ya,
Kemarin saya juga ada acara tuh Pak sama APBI Pak buat
oh iya,
sustainability.
banyak kali pembicaranya ya.
Iya, memang kita bikin eksekutif connect. Jadi memang ada 15 CEO. Jadi setiap CEO itu dikasih waktu untuk ngejelasin tentang apa yang sudah mereka lakukan, apa yang akan mereka lakukan gitu loh, Pak.
Saya kaget tuh pembicara banyak sekali.
Padahal suara kita udah kedengaran sama orang-orang ya, Pak.
Kedengaran Pak, kedengaran. Suara kita
Ya udah.
kedengaran.
Saya pikir cuma kita berempat. Oke, kalau gitu kita tunggu ya.
Ya Pak.
Hello? Hello, can anybody hear me? Hello?
Hello, yes. Hello, Ross.
Yes,
Ross.
yes, Rosemary.
Oh,
This is
great,
Christian.
Okay, great. I can hear you guys. Great. I'm just
Okay.
worried the internet. Okay, great. Thank you.
By the way, Ros, Pak Dianto,
Yeah.
boleh minta tolong nggak dicobain biar Miss Rosemary-nya bisa ini share screen. Kita tes dulu.
Okay. Do you want to share the screen by yourself, Ross?
Yes, if I can, it's perfect. I can control
Okay.
and I can page up and page down in case somebody have some questions.
Okay, please try.
Yeah.
Pak Riko tolong tolong di stop share screen-nya. Okay.
Can you share the screen, which is slide pack, the screen? Hello?
Hello, can you see the share screen button?
No, I only can show your
laptop.
Your video. Your picture is here.
Okay.
No, I can't see. I can't see the slide pack. I don't know why. But I can see.
By the way, Rosemary, if you see your screen, you go down the cursor to the bottom. You can see the participants Q&A and share screen over there. Can you see that?
Sorry, I didn't catch your point.
Okay.
What do you mean?
Okay. So in the screen, if you see, there is on the left, in the bottom of the screen, you can see mute and also start video. Can you see that one? The icon?
Yes.
Okay. And then go to the center of the monitor, and then you can see the participant Q&A and also share screen over there.
No, I can't. I only see the live or on YouTube. That's it.
Oh, you only see.
I think the issue is in China. In China, we can't use company computer to use the YouTube, so that's why I can't see anything.
Kalau nggak gini aja Pak Dianto, coba share screen, coba bisa kelihatan nggak sama Miss Rosemary sekarang? Screen yang saya kasih kemarin, terakhir.
Share screen. Oh, ada. Sebentar.
Presentasinya udah saya kirim kan ke Bapak kan kemarin lewat WhatsApp.
Oh, oke, siap. Okay.
So let us do the presentation, Rosemary. So you can see, you can say next, if you want to move to another slide, Okay. Okay, we try to.
Great.
Sorry, Pak.
Yep.
Saya tidak dapat fotonya ya.
Loh, presentasinya Bapak nggak dapat?
Enggak, aku pikir karena belum. Hanya baru foto.
Saya kirim ke Pak Adianto Petromindo ya, sama yang mana Pak? Yang Yahoo itu apa Pak?
Gmail aja Pak. Ini nggak bisa langsung ke WA ya? WA aja Pak.
Oke, saya langsung ke WA ya. Tunggu sebentar. Tunggu sebentar Pak.
Now I can see the screen.
Ya, just wait, Rosemary. Just wait. Dianto, okay. There you go. Coba Pak dibuka Pak. Saya udah kirim lewat WhatsApp.
Siap Pak, sebentar ya.
So Christian.
Yes. Ross.
I will attend my session. Absolutely, I will attend. But after my session, I have to because moving to another meeting. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
Until end of the session. Is that okay?
It's okay. If there is any question, I can handle for that one. Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you. That's great.
Boleh Pak Dianto di-share biar Rosemary-nya bisa kelihatan atau enggak presentasinya.
Bentar ya Pak, belum masuk ya. Sebentar Pak. Ini belum masuk ke WA ya. Karena berat ya. Sebentar Pak.
Tunggu.
Belum masuk ya. Oh ya, udah masuk sebentar. Saya pindahin dulu Pak ya. Oke. Sebentar Pak. Wah. Bro. Oke. Koneksi saya lagi kurang bagus nih kayaknya nih. Siap. Bentar ya Pak Chris.
Yap.
Sound already.
Yes, I can see the screen now. Yes.
Okay. So
That's
if you
great.
want to move from one side to another side, just say move ya.
No, I can't
Next
move.
slide, please. No. Just say next slide, please. Okay.
I just say next slide, please. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coba Pak pindah
Sorry.
Pak. Can you see it?
Okay.
The
great.
new slide. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Yeah. Great.
Okay, nanti,
now it's clear.
Ya. Nanti Pak Dianto, nanti Bapak yang share aja ya.
Hello.
Halo Pak Ben. Halo Pak.
Hey, Pat. I'm trying to do video now.
Halo Pak.
Can you see me?
Yes Pak.
Good.
Good. So we also have tomorrow ya Pak?
Yeah, tomorrow, what time? 4, yeah.
The same.
Oh,
At 2, no? At 2 o'clock also.
yeah, but it starts at 2, but I go on at what time?
Yeah, but for maybe for Q&A will be start on 3 o'clock, yeah?
No problem. I'll join at the beginning. I want to hear what's going on. So
Yeah, Pak. We have speakers from IGS, Mr. James Stevenson.
today?
Is James Stevenson,
Oh, from
IGS.
yeah, HS, right.
IGS, but now is in the no longer in Australia, but already moved to United States.
Sorry.
Mm-mm.
He's back to the States.
Yeah, but your video is not.
Sorry, I know. Sorry, I'm trying to fix something on my keyboard here. Hold on.
Wah, ini kok jadi berkurang ya?
What? Okay. There we go. Adi.
Yes, Pak.
All right, so this is the fourth and final part of this series, right?
Yes, Pak. Actually, we still have one green technology on nickel, but maybe we can still we wait for next month for green technology on nickel.
Oh, okay. But is that part of this series of webinars, or is it something different?
Previously, it's the same, but we make it. We give this space for time to conduct the last one, but
Okay. Hello? Yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. Will he join later? Okay, and so it'll be Zainal Arifin, yeah? Okay, okay. Hello?
Yes, Pak.
Okay.
Okay, we are still waiting for, oh sorry, Mr. Danny or Danny. Halo Pak, Pak Dani. Halo Pak Dani.
Iya Pak. Halo Pak, selamat siang.
Siang Pak. Dari PLN ya Pak ya?
Betul Pak.
Kalau Pak Zainal sudah gabung nggak Pak?
Baik Pak, saya konfirmasi ke Bapak ya.
Pak Zainal jam 2 ya Pak kalau bisa.
Baik Pak, baik Pak.
Terima kasih banyak Pak Dani.
Sama-sama Pak.
Halo, selamat siang, Tes.
Hai Desi.
Hai, Pak Ben, apa kabar?
Baik-baik, apa kabar?
Sehat ya, Pak Ben?
Sehat. Sehat juga?
Sehat, Pak Ben. Work from home.
Sama.
Kantor masih di strategik itu, Pak? Sudirman?
Nah, itu pindah ke Satrio Tower.
Oh, I see. Oke.
Tapi kan semua perusahaan saya gabungan tutup semua, ya kecuali Indica karena ya itu masih kan banyak banget employee kan.
Iya ya.
Tapi itu sebagian shifting, 1 week on, 1 week off, work from home.
I see. Sudah divaksin, Pak Ben?
Oh,
Belum.
belum. I don't need it. I'm in good shape.
Oh, really?
Hey, a quick question.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't realize my video was off. For Erifin's speech, it's still the same title, right?
Yes.
Outlook of power infrastructure and electricity supply from PLN to support the development of nickel smelters and electric vehicles, battery, EV battery industry in Indonesia.
Yes, so far no change.
Okay.
Masih tunggu siapa lagi, Pak Adi?
Oh,
Ibu
just
Mei.
so just the title would just be powering EV battery industry in Indonesia?
No, the title is Battery Electric Vehicles Outlook.
From by Zainal Afrin.
You mean the title of the presentation?
Yeah, by Zainal.
Wait a moment.
Halo Pak Dani.
Iya Bapak.
Oke. Sudah Kak Pak atau gimana kita mulai?
Ini Pak Zainal sudah saya hubungi dan segera bergabung Pak.
Oke, mulai aja Des.
Quick one. Today's topic is webinar series 2021 Indonesian nickel industry investing in sustainable nickel projects. Correct?
Baik Pak. From PLN, let me check from the presentation.
From PLN is powering EV battery industry in Indonesia, Pak Ben.
That's it.
Yes.
Pak Zainal udah bergabung juga Pak.
Oke. Pak Zainal, terima kasih. Langsung mulai aja Bu Desi.
Okay, can we start ya?
Ya.
Ready to go?
Ready. Admin, please close the screen, or could you display the virtual background of the webinar?
Indonesia, sebentar. Pak Agi, tolong share screen-nya.
Hello everyone, here is Rosemary from China. I have one question. I guess the meeting should be started, right?
Yes, it will be started very soon.
Okay, thank you.
Sudah Des mulai. Ini pembicara.
Okay, we will start this webinar. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, good afternoon. I hope all of you are doing great today. I would like to welcome you all to the 4th series of webinar 2021 Indonesian Nickel Industry, Investing in Sustainable Nickel Projects. As you might know, today is the 4th part of the series, and we will discuss together about battery electric vehicle outlook. This webinar is proudly hosted by Coal and Mineral Asia Magazine and Indeks Komoditas Indonesia. We hope you enjoy the discussion ahead as we have many interesting topics and also distinguished speakers join. All right, I would like to give a warm welcome to all honorable speakers and presenters who will join us today. Please welcome the first speaker, Bapak Febril Kacaribu, PhD. He is the head of Fiscal Policy Agency at Ministry of Finance. He's still in the middle of the meeting now, and hopefully he can join us very soon. And our next speaker is Bapak Zainal Arifin. He is the Executive Vice President of Engineering and Technology at PT PLN Persero. Selamat siang, Pak Zainal.
Selamat siang, good afternoon everyone.
Baik, terima kasih banyak Pak Zainal sudah menyempatkan diri untuk bergabung bersama kami pada siang hari ini. And our next speaker, please welcome Ms. Rosemary Ran. She is the team lead and senior project leader of Shell Shanghai Technology Limited. Hello, Ms. Rosemary.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. And you're joining from Shanghai?
Everything good, thank you.
Thank you for your time. And please welcome our next speaker, Ibu Meidi Katrin. She is the Secretary General of Indonesian Nickel Miners Association. Selamat siang, Ibu Meidi.
Selamat siang. Hello everyone, and thank you to invite us as a speaker in this event.
Terima kasih banyak Ibu Meidi sudah bergabung. And please welcome our next speaker, Bapak Romi Ramadhani. He is the Vice President Operation at PT Hydrotech Metal Indonesia, the subsidiary of PT Trinitan Metals and Minerals. Selamat siang Bapak Romi, apa sudah bergabung? Oh, okay, we will join later. And please welcome our moderator of today, Mr. Ben Lawson, Chief Operating Officer at PT Sanaman Coal. Hello, Pak Ben.
Hi, Desi, how are you? Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Pak Ben. Pak Ben has around 20 years experience in mining industry in Indonesia, and he also was an expert staff for energy affairs to the Minister of Small and Medium Enterprises, Republic of Indonesia, and he has been a speaker and chairperson at the most prestigious coal and related industry conferences. Thank you for being with us today, Pak Ben. And on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like to deeply thank and give sincere appreciation to our wonderful sponsors and partners. Please give a warm applause to our main sponsor, PT Shell Indonesia. Thank you very much, Shell. And thank you also to our partner sponsor, PT PLN, State Electricity Company, PT PLN Persero. Terima kasih sponsornya. Thank you for your great contribution and trust to our work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all participants, during this webinar, if you have any questions, you can type your questions in Q&A tab, and we will discuss it later on Q&A session. Or if we still have time, you may click raise hand and we will activate your microphone during the Q&A session. So without any further ado, I now give the virtual floor to Mr. Ben Lawson. Please, Pak Ben.
Thank you, Boo. Well, again, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the fourth part of the webinar series for 2021 Indonesian nickel industry. Again, thank you to the promoters, Petromindo, Coal Minerals Asia, and IKI, PLN, Shell for their support as well. Quick housekeeping, speakers, if I could ask you to put your phones or devices on silent. And also, regarding the Q&A button, if you do have a question, please state your name and your corporate affiliation so we know where the question is coming from. Appreciate that. A quick opening. Indonesia, with its massive world-leading reserves and a stable government pushing the industry to be a major player in the global electric vehicles, or EVs, battery supply chain, Indonesia is poised to usher in a new era of nickel mining and processing as a key material in the production of these batteries for the EVs. That being said, two questions come to my mind in this regard. Firstly, how serious is the government in not just promoting, but requiring sustainable mining and processing practices, which is a topic we'll touch on today. And secondly, why are we only focusing on the EV batteries, to be honest? It's, in my opinion, there should also be more discussions for batteries to accompany solar panels or solar farms, especially in terms of Indonesia's energy transition goals moving forward into more renewables. Well, the fact that Indonesia only gets approximately 10 hours of direct sunlight per day, batteries are an absolute must for solar power storage going forward. So this is just a thought of mine. I think maybe PLN could answer that question for me when Zainal speaks. And thanks, Desi, for introducing our great lineup of speakers. And hopefully they can answer some of the challenging questions I think a lot of people in the audience have today. And we're starting a little bit late, so I'll get out of the way here and introduce our first speaker, Papa Zainal Arifin, EVP of Engineering and Technology at PT-PLN. Please, Pa Zainal, take it forward from here. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, moderator, yeah, for the time. I would like to start our presentation. Let me ask the presentation right now. You can see my presentation?
Yes,
Pak.
Okay. Okay, I would like to share with you all about the powering EV battery industry in Indonesia. Why I use a word powering, not electrifying, yeah? Because PLN not only providing electricity for the EV battery industry in Indonesia. So what kind of rule of PLN for the EV battery industry in Indonesia? We have at least 5 rules of PLN. Number one, of course, as utility company, we will provide electricity supply for everything, yeah, if we can, yeah, in Indonesia. Sorry, yeah, some of my presentation still in Bahasa, but I will explain in English. And the second is PLN is not only provide electricity for the industry, but also, you know, we think about the how can we produce EV battery in Indonesia. So we have collaboration between state-owned company in Indonesia, ID, Antam, Pertamina, and PLN to establish a new holding company. We call it Indonesia Battery Corporation. And if we talk about the EV battery, of course, we talk about electric vehicle itself. So PLN as utility company also have mandatory for building EV infrastructure in Indonesia in form of EV charging station and also battery swap of EV. And after that, not only talking about the upstream, but also in case of PLN and utility company, we also talk about the downstream, that we can utilize the battery not only for electric vehicle, but for the grid purposes. We call it energy storage system. And the last thing, we also would like to create new services to our customer. We call it premium services to customer who need some high power quality. So for that services, we can also utilize battery. This the electricity supply we can provide to such industry of EV battery. This is, for example, yeah, one location in still ongoing to be built because we still on intensive discussion with the potential global partner. So if we talk about the mining, the expal, the precursor plant, cathode battery plant, actually we need about 330 megawatt for the mining to battery plant. If we talk about the mining for the 10 million ton saprolite and 6 million ton limonite, this baseline for the production. So we need 330 megawatts based on the PLN supply demand right now, it's okay, no problem with the supply. Only 330 megawatt is just peanut for PLN, because PLN right now has over 14 gigawatt, 14,000 megawatt reserve capacity around Indonesia today. So I would like to say, don't worry about the electricity supply for the EV battery industry. You can see the figure that all of our system in the green condition. It means the electricity is secure and the reserve margin more than 30%. Only two region in West Kalimantan, in Bangka, we have reserve margin less than 30%. But it's okay. It can be mitigated by the overcapacity from other region. But based on this figure, we can say that don't worry about the electricity availability. And also, if we talk about the EV, electric vehicle battery, actually we talk about the EV ecosystem. As I already mentioned, that we have several programs. We build a consortium of EV battery industry. We have some collaboration with private to build EV charging station. We also have the open opportunity for everyone who want to join the market of EV charging and swap battery. We also provide the electricity indeed for the need of the industry. We also launched the incentive for the electric vehicle owner, and also we already developed some application tool. We call it e-mobility cash-in. That's the first thing. The second thing we did is we build some consortium between PLN, Pertamina, MNID, and Antam to build the industry end-to-end for the mining to the recycle. Of course, we right now already had some potential global partner already signed the MOU and now going to the head of agreement. That the impact of battery industry based on our study. Actually, this is the huge project and very strategic for not only for our consortium among the company, but also for Indonesia. So this is the GDP impact if we can be a global producer for nickel sulfate, and this the impact if we can be global player for precursor and cathode, and this the impact for the economy of Indonesia if we can be the global player for battery, EV battery, can be EV battery for electric vehicle or for the energy storage system. This is the number of job creation can be created by this industry, and this additional trade balance impact we will can achieve if we can build the industry. This is the timeline of Indonesia EV battery industry. This company has been established by Minister of State-owned company. We hope that the EV, the battery, can be operated starting to 2025. And this for number 3, how PLN develop EV charging station. Right now, we have installed 32 EV charging station in 14 cities, and our target this year 168 EV charging station, new EV charging station. Next is instead of PLN, of course, we open the opportunity for everyone to who have interesting to build together to develop together the EV charging station in Indonesia. This is the EV charging station built by non-PLN. The latest one I heard that Shell has already built one EV charging station in Jakarta. This also we already developed this just in is the like app application. This is for connecting the driver with the charging station with the home charging, so to be able to do charging with the effective way, with the safety, the secure way, because using this charge in, we can do charging by many options of payment, and also this use this application app, we can monitor with the charging station location, with the close charging station, and what the status of charging station, still on use, on already off use. And this is the roadmap of EV charging station we have. So right now we in this stage, we would like to achieve this number this year, and regularly we will increase the number based on the number of estimated EV charging station will be exist in the road in Indonesia. So this is the business model of EV charging station, already regulated by Minister Energy number 13 in 2020. So if you have interesting to build, to operate this EV charging station, you can buy the electricity provided by PLN. The price about 714 rupiah. You can purchase, you can sell the electricity to the end user maximum up to 2,466 kilowatt hour. This the regulation, the business model of EV charging station in Indonesia. And for the battery swap, actually we still ongoing to develop this business model, because we have still challenging issue with the standardization of battery, because the key for the swap battery, the battery swap, is the battery of motorcycle, electric motorcycle, should be standardized first. And instead of electric vehicle itself, I already mentioned that PLN as utility company can utilize battery for other purposes, for our purposes to the electricity grid. We have at least 5 use cases. Number one, this case here is we can deploy portable batteries to remote rural area to increase the ratio of electrification, such as in Maluku Utara region is very isolated, very remote. So it's not easy to build the infrastructure of electricity. So we can provide this portable battery for the solution. Number two is about how we deal with the so exponential of penetration renewable energy, especially variable renewable energy like wind turbine and PV solar. So we should deal with the intermittency, so we can use also the battery storage, the battery technology. And number three, about renewable solar PV battery co-location in remote areas. So this use case, actually we build to change the diesel station that still use fuel oil with solar PV and battery. So we can reduce fuel oil consumption, we can increase the renewable energy penetration. And at the same time, we hope that the electricity cost production will be decreased. And then number four, for the large system, such as in Jawa, Bali, and Sumatra, Sulawesi, we can also utilize battery for reduce the peak power provision for peak saving. So we can charge the battery during the day, during the base load, with the cheap price of electricity, and at the peak hours between 6 to 10 p.m. This is the peak hours of electricity. With the electricity cost is very expensive, we do discharge of battery. So the cost of charge discharge of the battery is competitive comparing to other power plant, thermal power plant based on the fossil fuel. And the last thing is about, I already mentioned that actually we have some new services for the such customer who need some high power quality. That they don't want to have some interruption of electricity supply like that. So we estimate that in the next 5 years we can have a demand of more than 3 gigawatt-hour of battery energy storage. This is the last one I already mentioned earlier, that we would like to create some PLN premium services. So we do partnering with battery manufacturer to offer complete solution to commercial and industrial customers. Because some customers need the really high of quality of the power supply. So it means not only have some interruption, but sometimes they need no flicker at all during 24 hours of operation. So we estimate there is huge potential market for these services. We estimate at least for $400 million we can give if we can create these premium services to our customer in the next 5 years. So I think that's all of my presentation. Thank you for your time, for your attention. Back to moderator. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Pak Zainal. You answered my question very well. Good to hear that, yeah, you are planning on using the storage for the intermittent energy supplies. Papa, will you be staying around for the Q&A session as well?
Yes, I will.
Excellent. Great. Thank you. And that was perfectly on time. Thank you. Our next speaker, with the topic Shell Lubricants and the Energy Transition, we have Ms. Rosemary Ram. She's the team lead and senior project leader of Shell Shanghai Technology Limited. So, Ms. Rosemary, please, I give you the virtual floor.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rosemary Ran, based in Shanghai Technology Center. I'm very, very happy to join this session and would like to share what we are doing in Shell R&D Center on the new BEV or hybrid EV, what's going on with our local OEMs. Yes, please go to the first slide, please. First one, no, yes, okay, thank you, no, first one, please. First one, first page, yes, thank you. Actually, why I want to share this picture, because everybody know electrification is coming. And Shell, previously everybody think about Shell is oil company, but now we just say Shell is energy company, which means we will use our next generation, new generation, and cleaning energy to service to our customer. Please to go to next slide, please. Okay, thank you. So just give you the quickly summary what we are doing globally. Actually, you also can see related information from Shell internet. So as a company as a energy company, we are trying to use more clear energy to serve our customer. For example, Shell is trying to setting up more hydrogen station. We also have lots of charge system to service more and more hybrid car and BEV car. We also have the CNG and LNG technology in China and globally. We also have the biofuels. I think the biofuels are a lot of application in Indonesia. So anyway, in simply words, we see Shell is trying to use more clear and cleaning energy to service our customer. Go to next page, please. Next page, please. Okay, thank you. So no, up, please. Previous slide, please. Yes, thank you. So everybody know for the cleaning air, so more and more cars are using electricity technology. So I would like to share more detail in China. So actually, China government have a very, very clear strategy plan, which is by 2035, after 15 years, the China government target is one. We hope there will be more than 1 million hydrogen cars on the road. This is the first one. Secondly, is more than 50% new energy vehicles will be on the road. This is actually China government is invest a lot of money and also have a lot of good policy to engagement more OEM use the e-vehicle technology. So that's why at this moment, actually Shell as a oil company, as an energy company, so I think we started to develop the e-vehicle, e-transmission on the e-fruit, started at least 10 years ago. So that's why even in China market, we have more and more HEV and PHEV and BEV. And I'm very proud of to see we are ready for the electric cars, because now it's timing to serve our customer in China where Shell high technology oil technology. So that's why go to next page, please. Please, yes, thank you. So what we are doing now, that's why I'm saying we are ready to serve our customer use the e-fruit and the e-grease and the e-thermal fruit for our e-vehicles. So for example, because you know the electric car e-vehicle actually they use the battery to create the more power for the cars. So for the thermal fruit, actually Shell, we developed the new technology. We call it thermal fruit. Actually, it's dedicated to cooling the battery system, because you guys know when the battery system is working, more and more heating will be created. So that's why it needs to cooling. So currently, it doesn't matter. It's not only China. Globally, most of the OEM they just use a water cooling system. It's not directly cooling the battery system, but the new technology is Shell. New technology is we developed the thermal fruit, which is directly merge the battery in our oil. So you can imagine if you use the oil directly cooling the battery system, the heat will transfer out very fast, and which will also be more efficiency. This is for the battery system. Another one is we use more and more electric motor in e-axle or in e-transmission. So for this kind of new technology in China market, Shell Shanghai R&D Center, we have lots of core engineering projects with local OEMs. So for example, if we're talking about 5 years ago, yes, in the market, there are some hybrid HEV, we call it hybrid battery vehicle. So at that moment, electric motor just use a water cooling. It's not directly cooling this electric motor, but now the new technology is using lubricant oil to cooling the electric motor directly, which also will increase the efficiency a lot. And for the grease, it's the same. You know, in Shell, we have also the new technology. So for the new design, you might have seen some like the auto show, some OEMs, they just combine the e-motor and the wheels together and use this system directly drive this car to moving on. So with this technology, Shell, we have dedicated technology, grease technology, to use in this e-vehicle wheels. So please go to next slide, please. Okay, thank you. So here, I would like to share some detailed information, what we are doing in China. Because you guys know, we are Shanghai R&D Center is based in Shanghai in China. So at this moment, the marketing data, what I got, the marketing data is in China, the e-vehicle is more than 40% or close to 50% e-vehicle is in China. So that's why China is a big market. And the China and the Shell R&D Center, actually, we started to develop the new technology for the e-vehicle. So here, I would like to share more detail. I know some audience are Chinese people, so you might have known some Chinese OEM. For example, look at the group one with the red color. We call it integrated OEM, which means these key OEMs, they have their car manufacturer. They also have their own transmission manufacturer. Because in future, if the cars will not, I think the ICE will be used less and less. So more and more electric motor will be used for the car. So however, even you use the electric motor, you still need the transmission. Otherwise, how can you transfer the power to the wheels, right? So transmission oil is our potential business opportunity for Shell. So for example, for here, the China OEM like the BYD, like the Geely, like the Great Wall M, Changcheng, and SAIC is the Shanghai Auto. So this kind of OEM, they are the top leader in China market. So they have their own car manufacturer, and they have their own transmission manufacturer. So that's why we call it integrated OEMs. So actually for all of the 4 OEM group 1 OEMs, we have core engineering projects with BYD, with Geely, with SAIC, and with Great Wall, which included like the purely BEV technology, because even BEV, they still need the gear reduction. So if they have the gear reduction, they need the oil to cooling the system. And now the more and more OEMs design, because they want to save the size, save less than weight, and reduce the cost. So they just integrated electric motor and the gear reduction, which means they will use the oil cooling the gear reduction and e-motor. So that's why we call it e-fruit. So this kind of new design we are working with these OEMs and try to dedicated design the e-food for this OEM. Because, you know, for example, if your guys have drive your own car, probably you have your own, like the Toyota or Honda. So look at the Toyota and the Honda, their hybrid BEV, their HEV is very successful globally. It's not only in China, globally. So look at the design from the Nissan and Honda. They use different design. So that's why their oil requirement, their oil design also different. So that's why we see in China, different OEMs, they have different design. And that's why we have dedicated design for this kind of OEM. And looking at the brown, the yellow color, this can, like the BorgWarner, like the gear truck is very famous globally. In China, we also have the, like the Zhuci, like the Qingshan, this kind, the local transmission manufacturer, they just only produce the transmission transmission. The transmission needs oil, so that's why we also have the core engineering with this kind of transmission component supplier. And for the green color, look like the Chang'an is a very, very big car manufacturer in southwest of China, like the Chery, like the GAC Guangzhou Auto, like the JAC, like the Bike Beijing Auto. These kind of local OEMs, they also have their very, very big car manufacturer. However, they have no their transmission manufacturer. So they just purchase the transmission from, like from BorgWarner or from gear truck or from Qingshan or from Zhuci or from Fast. So so for look at the group 3, we also, you might have heard the new forces in China, like the NIO, like the CHJ, like the Xiaopeng. This kind of new force, they have lots of money. They just invest on the car manufacturer. Of course, they will invest they will sell in their technology to the new BEV. So that's why we have a lot of core engineering projects with this kind of OEMs in China. Please go to next page, please.
Ms. Rosemary, you have 2 minutes remaining.
Yes, I have 2 minutes because yes,
Great.
Yes, I have 2 minutes. So
thank you.
Yes, so that's why, yes, please go to this slide. Yes, thank you. So then I want to move to the battery thermal fruit. So looking at the battery thermal fruit, now we are cooperate with Europe, very famous Chrysler. Maybe you have heard that, maybe you are not. But Chrysler Electric is very, very famous battery design and manufacturer OEM. So Shell, we are co-engineering projects with them to use our oil directly cooling the battery system. Because at this moment, globally, most of the battery just use their water to cooling the system. Just looking at the picture, the red color and the blue color. So you can see if you're talking about the thermal transfer, so you can see if you merge the battery to the oil system, the cooling efficiency is much, much higher. So that's why Shell is the leader of this technology. So please go to next page, please. Hello? Yes, please. Yes, thank you. So now I want to move to the Shell e-mobility charging. So looking at here at this moment, in Shell, over 60 charging points have been installed globally. And we are Shell is planned to set up 500,000 charging points by 2025. This is Shell's plan. So just all over the world, in China, I'm not pretty sure in how in Indonesia, but in China, you can see more and more Shell recharging station. So you can drive your car to go to this station to get more power. And we also have a lot of partners working with us together to try service more about the e-mobility charging system. I think I'm just on time. This is the last page, what I want to share today. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Ms. Rosemary. Very, very insightful presentation. We have up next here, Ms. Mehdi Katrin. She's the Secretary General of the Indonesian Nickel Miners Association, or APNI, and she'll be discussing the outlook of Indonesia's limonite. What are the drivers for future demand? So I hand it over to you, Ms. Mehdi. Please take it away.
Hello everyone, and thank you very much for the opportunity you give us according for the nickel industry for the electric vehicle battery. And then I'm so sorry, I want to know how long that you give me to presentate.
15 minutes, ma'am.
Okay, I will make faster. Could you open the share screen maybe? Okay, I just want to make it faster that for my presentation, according for the Indonesia electric vehicle battery for the outlook. Well, this is the world needs for nickel. Maybe no need too much that I'm talking about. Why nickel is very needed for the whole world. That nickel demand is likely to remain high as a stainless steel production stays strong and electric vehicle continue to rise in importance as a lithium-ion battery manufacturer. Reduce the amount of cobalt used in battery cell nickel consumption rise, and it does so in major way. So next, that all of company, so top biggest company in the world invest in Indonesia to develop the downstream industry for nickel to lithium battery and electric vehicle. First, like LG Chemical, CATL, and deal for lithium battery plant. For your info, LG already signed agreement with Indonesia government, and hopefully next month it will be start for groundbreaking to make a battery cell directly. And in 2022, they start to make electric vehicle with Hyundai in Java. And next, there is a few factory already start and maybe will be start commissioning according for the EXPAL factory in Sulawesi, in Southeast Sulawesi, Central Sulawesi, and also in North Maluku. Why all eyes will be on the nickel Indonesian nickel market? The heads against the export ban China's manufacturer have instigate an aggressive wave of investment into local operation, increase investment in mining and smelting of nickel will help to improve Indonesian infrastructure for the valuable commodity. Further value to the industry will be delivered through investment into state-of-the-art battery production facility. This growth will be vital to facilitate Indonesia intent boom in electric vehicle production. Why? Number one is because Indonesia is the world's largest producer of nickel ore. Second thing, Indonesia has the largest nickel reserve in the world, meaning that Indonesia play an important role in supplying the world nickel raw materials. The third, the restart of the Indonesian nickel ore export ban since January 2022. There are now 2 stainless steel melt shops in Indonesia, like Sinsan Indonesia and Telung Obsidian. And also there are 3 new export plants in Indonesia that are scheduled. Sorry, this is not to enter, but start commissioning in the end of this year. Okay, and then, well, you know, as Indonesia government start to make a new regulation, how to easy to invest in Indonesia. Okay, maybe I will pass this one. China is becoming self-sufficient in nickel with Indonesia help. Because of what? More NPI or nickel pig iron from Indonesia mean that China's nickel pig iron output will fall, reducing dependence on nickel ore import, like from the Philippines, as well as less demand for class 1 nickel and import ferronickel in the future. As you see in this chart, for next, that Indonesia surpassed China as the largest nickel pig iron producer in 2022. Okay, and I will make faster, yeah, because only 15 minutes. Indonesia nickel pig iron will exceed around 1.20 billion in 2022. You see the map, there is a few factory already start production, like Tsingshan, like Celung, like Jinchuan, and also in Indonesia WDB Industrial Park. And there is some part start to make construction, like Ceria, Nugraha, Indotama, and others factory. Demand for nickel sulfate in battery, well, you know already that Asia dominate, the electric revolution is driving up demand for battery materials like nickel sulfate. Asian and particularly China's dominance in this segment will continue. Okay, this one is chart for Indonesia nickel pig iron capacity and production have grown significantly. Next, Indonesia nickel pig iron production growth will be pushed by rotary kiln electric furnace technology. I will pass this one. Okay, and I would like to focus according for the Indonesia nickel mining. This is the regulation about mineral added value for the legal basis. Maybe no need to mention one by one. Well, you know, for the whole regulation in Indonesia. Okay, this is the Republic of Indonesia 1945 Constitution. And Indonesia mineral resource characteristic like a nickel laterite soil, earth laterite aluminum like bauxite, tin ore, copper ore, iron sand deposit, iron ore, zinc ore, zircon sand deposit, and then manganese ore, gold ore, radioactive minerals called PS that until recently only the main metal was extracted from the ore and the choice of technology was very critical. This is the potential of nickel from the limonite, saprolite, and the charak nickel. Okay. Okay, guys, I want to inform you about the nickel mining companies in Indonesia. Now it's already 328 nickel mining company, and there is another two company is belong to the G2G company, and then it will be 53 smelting company, nickel smelting company in Indonesia. Now it's already 25 existing. Another one is 28 around construction, and there is another one also from start to make for the license and prepare and the planning. Okay, they are spreadly in Java, mostly in Sulawesi, like in Southeast Sulawesi, Central Sulawesi, and also in South Sulawesi, and there is in North Maluku. How about the production in 2021? For the nickel pig iron, production realization is around 150 million. And then how about the relation of sales? This is until April. Until April 2021 is around almost 20,000. And then ferronickel is for the production realization is around 377,000. And then for the sales realization is around until April is more than 297,000. And for nickel matte is more than 21,000. And then until April is already 12,000. And then how about the nickel ore? Nickel ore for the realization is around 2022 is more than 43 million ton. From the RKB, RKB means approved from the government is around 120 million in 2022. Why only 43 million? Just because maybe for the pandemic last year, yeah. Okay, this is the nickel resources and reserve per province. Nickel ore is spreadly around 11 province, like there is an Aceh and Central Kalimantan, East Kalimantan, South Sulawesi, Central Sulawesi, Southeast Sulawesi. There is a few in North Sulawesi, in Maluku, North Maluku, in Papua, and West Papua. So this is the area, and this is the number of nickel mining company, and the totally until now this 328 nickel mining company, and this is the resources, and this is the reserve. Okay, Indonesia nickel resource and reserve, I already explained in the last slide before. How about Indonesia nickel production? This I already mentioned also. Indonesia's primary nickel production, such as ferronickel and nickel pig iron, to significantly increase, resulting from the rapid expansion of nickel pig iron project. In the first half of 2022, Indonesia produced around 254 200 metric tons of nickel contained in nickel pig iron, compared to that of China is around almost 250,000 metric ton, according to the data compiled and calculated by Shanghai Metals Market. That we view Indonesia presence in the global nickel market as essential, considering it is on the track to replace China as the world's largest nickel pig iron producer, accounting for 27% of the global market. That we understand that implementation of the export ban on nickel ore at the beginning of 2020 and the recently enacted of Omnibus Law had separated the global supply of metal. Hence, it will attract more investment in downstream project and further drive for new source of global nickel supply. Okay, I just want to inform you about the nickel smelter. This is special for nickel smelter Indonesia. Honestly, there is already 30 company operation for the nickel smelter, mostly in nickel pig iron, splitly in Central Sulawesi, Southeast Sulawesi, Central Sulawesi around 10 company already production. In Southeast Sulawesi, there is 7 company, and then North Maluku is 5 company. There's in Java, in Banten, 5 company. South Sulawesi, there is 2 company, and East Java in 1 company. How about the company still construction for the nickel smelter? In Central Sulawesi, there is 24 company make it a construction for nickel smelter. In Southeast Sulawesi, there is 13 company. In North Maluku, also there is 13 company. In South Sulawesi, 8 company. In Java, in Banten, 2 company, and East Kalimantan, 1 company. And also there is another company start planning to make a smelter nickel. This area is there is a company still start to realize for the land area and also for the license and everything. So we calculate the total Indonesian nickel smelter is around 138 company. I don't know if it will be realized or not, but let's see in the next 2 or 3 years. Nickel smelter Indonesia, according to our data, APNI data, nickel smelter are in the pipeline spreading across Sulawesi, North Maluku, East Java, Banten, and South Kalimantan. Among the smelter, in terms of construction progress, 11 projects were completed at the end of 2019. At between 40 until 99%, and 22 are less than 40%. Some of the projects in the early construction phase are likely to be delayed due to the pandemic, COVID-19, and the majority of nickel supply in the future will come from more collaboration between Indonesia and China company on nickel pig iron and high pressure acid leaching, HPAL, processing plant. Like a PT Antam, our state-owned company, and PT Vale Indonesia will also take part in the HPAL development project. Tsingshan Holding Group is one of the first movers in the domestic refined nickel production sector in Indonesia. It has been aggressively investing in Indonesia since the first nickel regulation was issued in 2014. Supported by strong financial capacity and experience in stainless steel operation, the group has developed annual production capacity of 3 million tons of stainless steel and more than 3 million tons of nickel pig iron in Indonesia. It can be produced refined nickel product at low cost through its integrated nickel industrial area in Southeast Sulawesi and North Maluku. For your info, Tsingshan also they expand in Southeast Sulawesi. The industrial area is coal-fired power plant that also contribute to its low-cost operation. Tsingshan Holding Group is one of the top domestic coal consumer in Indonesia. Since Tsingshan started to supply refined nickel from Indonesia, many countries reduce their domestic production and import refined nickel product from Tsingshan instead. This is for local demand, for nickel ore local demand. There is a few company already production. I didn't mention for the whole company, but this is the biggest one. It's already 24 company. And we calculate since 2020 until 2021, 2022, and 2024, for the nickel ore demand is around 157 million ton per year. This is for nickel ore. It means with the 1.8% above for the grade. I would like to show you also about the nickel ore price comparison. It's talking about 1.8% for the nickel content from the local and from the international price. I check data from the Shanghai Metals Market, Asian Metals, Ferro Alloy, and then the transaction B2B from the miners and the smelter, and also for the basic price from the government. There's a regulation from the government talking about 1.8%. As you see from the April 2020, see the difference of the price according for the international price, local price. B2B price is the green one, the yellow one. Okay, and May 20, June 20, and until January 21, local price and also basic price from the HPM price is already compared the same price. Okay, until now, April 2021. See the difference between international price and also for the local price. Our regulation related to the establishing and supervision of nickel HPM, it means basic nickel price. There is a regulation from the recent Ministry of Energy and Mineral Resources, regulation number 11 in 2022, outlining the producer in determining the reference price for minerals. It means for the nickel. It's also important for the domestic nickel ore supplier, since the current practice has resulted in the lower domestic relative to the international price. Thereby disadvantaging the domestic industry. The government appointed a task force in August 2020, in this one, to monitor the implementation of the reference price. Okay, no need to discuss about how about Indonesia in the nickel resource in the world. And then this is Indonesia nickel resources and reserve. According for the data in 2019 from the Center for the Geological Resources, ESDM, nickel resources are estimated around 11 billion ton, and for the reserve of around 4.5 billion ton. Nickel deposits are scattered in Sulawesi, means South Sulawesi, Southeast Sulawesi, Central Sulawesi Province, North Maluku Province, West Papua Province, and a little bit in Kalimantan and Maluku. How about the resistance of nickel background based on outdated technology? We're talking about pyrometallurgy. Now it's already a lot of the factory for the pyrometallurgy, and for the reserve 2.9 billion ton. We calculate about the production 95 million ton per year. It will be around 27 years. It's talking about pyrometallurgy. It means it will take for the saprolite. And how about the hydrometallurgy? Durability of nickel reserve based on universal technology for the hydrometallurgy. If the reserve 1.7 billion ton, if the production 24 million ton per year, it will be around 73 years for the production. How about Indonesia nickel production? In 2020, there is a nickel made around 71,000, nickel pig iron 628,000, and ferro nickel 1.300 million ton for the HPAL, and another ones not yet. And then let's see in this year, 2022. In 2022, for the nickel made production is around 73,000, and for the nickel pig iron almost 1.500 million ton, and then ferro nickel is around almost 1,400 million ton. And then hopefully this for the HPAL project, it will be start running, and it will be production is around, the target is around 8
Hello. Halo, Bu Medi.
Suaranya putus ya Bu Medi.
Yeah, I can't hear anything. Bu, are you there? Hello. Shall we try and join her back later, Pak Arianto?
Let me check ya Pak. Let me check first.
Sorry, folks. I think she had some technical difficulties.
Sinyalnya lagi nggak ada atau apa Bu? Oh, siap Bu. Oh, siap Bu.
Should be rejoining us now?
Yes Pak. Yes Pak Ben.
Okay, great. Thank you.
I'm
All
so
right.
sorry, sir. I lost my signal.
No problem, Boo. I think you left off at the estimated HPAL facilities were going to be between 80. I think that's where I cut out. Maybe you could reiterate that statement about the HPAL facilities.
Sure. That's why let me continuing about my presentation, and then you will see about the HPAL production in Indonesia.
And Boo, sorry, you have about 2 minutes left.
Okay, I can make fast.
Thank you.
Okay. Sorry guys, I will continue my presentation. Just because only two left minutes, I will make it faster. About this another presentation, no need to I explain to you guys. I just want to inform you about what kind of nickel demand in production of lithium battery. Already knows also. And then I just want to make a conclusion, yeah, talking about the nickel in Indonesia, just because Indonesia has the largest nickel reserve in the world, so it plays an important role in the global supply of nickel. Indonesia has the capacity to process nickel into intermediate product. Realization of nickel pig iron on 2020 is around 860 million ton, and ferronickel almost 1.500 million ton, and nickel matte is around 91,000 tons. Investment in nickel from upstream pyrometallurgy or hydrometallurgy can be carried out on the integrated manner with several downstream industrial, state or developed as its stand-alone project. And investment decisions are eventually determined by the project performance, in which several principal amount are involved, consisting but not limited to revenue, operating costs, investment and tax facility, and the level of risk as well. Even though it's an idealist picture, there are also other things that are more immaterial factor, such as desire to provide contribution to a civilization, spreading value and benefits for life and pride as a nation. Currently, the implementation of policy to increase added value, especially nickel, continues to be encouraged. And for nickel, currently there is a
Hello.
Halo Bu Medi.
Sorry, Pak Arianto, maybe we can just have her rejoin during the Q&A session. There are several questions for her, but I think we need to move on with the next speaker.
Oke Pak.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, like I said, I think we'll have Ibu Meti join us as soon as she gets back online. In the meantime, let me introduce our next speaker, Mr. Romi Ramadhani. He's the VP of Operations at PT Hydrotech Metal Indonesia, which is a subsidiary of PT Triniton Metals and Minerals. His topic today is Toward Green Nickel, how battery metal producers can keep up with demand while ensuring they meet ESG expectations. So to expedite time, Pat Romi, the floor is yours. Please go ahead.
Yes, Ben, thank you. Thank you for the opportunities. Let me share my screen. So I guess everyone can see my screen.
Yes, great, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Ben, for the introduction. Appreciate that. We have been seeing about the investment opportunities in nickel industries and the all resources that we have abundant nickel. So I think the topic that I want to discuss is also important, how we can make a clean and efficient way to make battery grade nickel in Indonesia. So in these opportunities, we've been collaborate with advisor who has worked over 20 years in the mining industries. I think this the name is very familiar with us, Mr. Stephen Brown. And I would like to stop here. As we know, Indonesia has abundant nickel resources, would become the world's leader in nickel and the future contender for being leader force in the EV battery industry. But again, it is not enough if we believe that electric vehicle will become the green energy solution for the future. I think we must be careful of the long-term sustainability of our activities because we have to ensuring all of the upstream to the downstream activities are followed with the ESG compliance. And I would like to emphasize the three main long-term risks, and this is that will be our main topic discussion. And the first one is conservation of resources that already previously mentioned by Bu Medi. We have very fast limonite ore that is yet to be utilized. And the second one is waste disposal is also become a key concern for many nickel consumers who produce batteries. And the third one, lastly, is about carbon emission. Consumers are also concerned about the carbon footprint of nickel. And the laterite ore profile consists of limonite and saprolite. As we can see on the screen that currently Indonesia only produces NPI and made from saprolite, and it left about 80% of limonite ore has yet to be utilized. And this also it's our homework. And fresh limonite resources is not yet to be utilized. And what we can see in the screen, it's about the low-grade laterite ore is not extracted optimally. As we can see, of the total of 4.5 billion of probable and prof ore resources in spread in the Sulawesi and Maluku. And this is would become one of the big concern of the nickel industries and for every respective stakeholder that every year we produce 20 to 22 million of tons, where 60% comes from the nickel industries. So as we know, nowadays, Indonesia has several HPAL projects in development. This project will produce a tailing waste, which is it's become a controversial issue. There are three potential methods of tailing disposal. Maybe one of the feasible way is using deep sea tailing, but again, there's several downside using this tailing management. And the newest one is dry stacking tailing. It's also have several downside, like costly and other several concerns that we have to think about. And also again about carbon footprint, the current nickel extraction technology contributes so many carbon gas emission. This also become a big concern because clearly EV makers would prefer to buy the nickel from plants that have lower carbon emission. So I think everyone is already know about the rise of ESG concern. I will make it fast. So ESG has become important every day, and it's become a trending topic. The word of ESG, this what we can see here, this chart shows how ESG has grown in importance over the years, and especially since last year, where the CFO mentioning ESG repeatedly during earnings call. So again, I would like to emphasize these three long-term main risks. And if the makers may be tempted to buy more nickel from other place, I think this is a big concern for us, which will jeopardize Indonesia's market share. And what we can do to overcome this risk. And for the solution, at all once, I would like to introduce TAL technology. This is technology that developed from our company, Hydrotech Metal Indonesia, subsidiary of Trinitan Group. This technology is able to extract the nickel and cobalt from the wide range of laterite ore, from limonite ore to the saprolite. Let me move into the next slide. It's a glance about our company. We've been established since 1970, and at the moment we already have 3 publicly listed companies, and we focusing in green energy. I do not want to take a dive look to explain this process, but what we can see here, we have wide range limonite ore as an input, and the sulfuric acid as a chemical, and we can see the product. Our main product is MHP, mixed hydroxide precipitate. We also have ferrous and aluminum. But the interesting part is instead of we manage our tailing, but we able to reproduce our waste and disposal into byproduct. I will talk about this further. So we got the chance, we got invited by the Minister of Maritime and Investment that we do appreciate for this time. And the Ministry of Luhut Binsar Panjaitan, after several previous meeting with Pak Seto and team, we got invited, and the response is very positive, and we do appreciate that the government is endeavor to support us in developing our technology. So this is the wide range of laterite deposit with good extraction rate. This is show about our technology that able to extract battery grade nickel from wide range laterite. So what we can see here, we understand the most of nickel mining in Indonesia are small and medium scale that spread mostly in Sulawesi, in total of almost 300 concession previously, as Bu Medi mentioned. And I think we do have initiated to create a modular system capacity that's suitable for Indonesia's mining concession, with the several competitive advantages with this technology, like a shorter development and ramp up time. At the moment, we are in the process of engineering design, so I think the next process would be shortened. So with flexible output, we believe that stalls are suitable for nickel mining condition in Indonesia because the other benefit using stall technology is low capex and cash costs. We believe our modular system would be the ideal for nickel mining condition in Indonesia, and we do also encourage for every miners to build their own stall smelters close to the mine mouth. And this is our solution for three main long-term needs that we like to answer: the conservation of resources, limonite, because we will be able to take advantage of the abundant availability of Indonesia's limonite ore. And the next question is about the waste disposal and carbon emission. At all once, we would like also to introducing our Green Plus program. This program is derived from the Hydrotech Metal Indonesia related to ESG development. And in order to develop this program, we has guidelines based on the national policies and also from the international regulation using the Global Reporting Initiative. And also in developing this system, we also, in collaboration with independent ESG consultant named Miracle, and we're focusing into three highlight impact issues to addressing ESG implementation, reducing carbon emission, zero waste, and providing highly reliable transparency information. So this is stall technology, our technology, and our main product of MHP. MHP, as we know, that contain 30 up to 40% of nickel, and this is what I said. This is what the most important is. We will be able to convert all the residues and tailing into the byproduct, not like other incumbent processing. We're gonna convert the ferrous and aluminum into the byproduct for the iron ore that can be used for the stainless steel. So we also have the net zero waste target. If we look into the chemical compound of the laterite ore that consists also ferrous, aluminum, manganese, and magnesium and scandium, that most likely become the residue in other technology processes. As we can see on the screen, that iron ore that can be utilized for stainless steel product and bricks, and scandium will become byproduct through the solvent extraction process and next to purification process for HPA. So that is our solution to overcome the waste disposal. This one is very interesting, and so many parties has been appreciated into this program and endeavor to look further about the progress. And next into the carbon emission. So what we can see here, the production of carbon emission estimated from each process of stall technology, where the total number is 17 kilogram of carbon dioxide per kilogram nickel. And based on the calculation, stall in compare with other technology has lower emission, and it could be reduced even more by use the renewable energy such solar power, hydropower, and so on. And that's our solution in order to reduce the carbon emission. Again, we are not working alone. We are supported by the expertise in its field, who also act as environmentalists, and therefore we believe and we hope we can make a balancing between our business and the global environment. So
Sorry,
this is...
we have 2 minutes.
All right, Ben.
Thank you.
So about transparency, I will make it faster. This is also quite interesting that we are developing at the moment is collaboration between our expertise and the R&D team and one of the top universities in Indonesia, in Bandung. We really understand that the software development becomes the backbone and critical success factor for this program. So we're using the CIM that we can say, the computer integrated manufacturing, will be installed in every equipment per line in order to capture all of data requirements such as an input, output of production, quantity, speed per activities, residue and emission produced, where all of those information stored to the cloud and managed by the server in the office. This strictly independent system means a user will very unlikely be able to make change to the data, but also so all of the information will be sent to the respective stakeholder accurately and timely manner. So the digitalized monitoring system will be installed at any point required. As we can see on the screen, the blue one is the waste and emission automatic sensor, and the operation would be autonomous to provide information of gas, emission, liquid, and solid effluent. So I think that's all. This is our conclusion. As our conclusion, the three main long-term risks, the conservation of limonite ore, waste disposal, and carbon emission are the things that we should be managed with proper sustainability plan, and stall technology is one of the solutions to overcome this problem. In order to make it happen, we initiate the Green Plus program in collaboration with the environmentalists and expertise related in this field, particularly in ESG, and also research institution to build the autonomous manufacturing cloud-based system. This in order to strengthen our position as the green technology provider for nickel industry. I think that's all my presentation. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Paromi. You answered another one of my questions, is how are we going to do this sustainably? Fantastic. We do have several questions here. One of them that has come up quite often is, will we be sharing the presentations? I'm pretty sure that Petromindo will be sharing them. They have in the past, but maybe Desi can confirm that later. We have several questions. I think we lost Ibu Mehdi, so I'll go to, let's see. Question for Pa Zainal.
Yeah.
Says here, what needs to be done to have the power distribution system to match with the power plants for EV charging?
Yeah, I really, I still don't understand. Yeah, what is the question actually? Distribution, what distribution system? Yeah, should be done to provide electricity for the EV charging station?
I think it would be, would there be some kind of step down converter required to go to electricity, to that type of electricity for charging, or would it just be a standard plug and play?
Yeah, it's common. Yeah, it's common equipment. I think is in an electricity system. Yeah, so we already installed so many charging stations in Indonesia, mostly in major cities in Indonesia. So I think we have done with this installation. So don't worry about the what kind of equipment, what we should do about the installation, yeah, what the distribution system we should install like that. What I would like to say is we already install several charging stations, include the fast charging that needs a higher quality of the power supply, like transformer and converter and so on.
Okay. Great. That was the question was from Ian Wolf. Next question for you, Pa Zainal, is from Tri Subki. Sorry if I said that wrong. And how will PLN supply electricity for the EV battery ecosystem with electricity generated from more environmentally friendly resources?
Yeah. So we already ongoing, yeah, to increase the penetration of renewable energy for our fuel make of electricity. based on our planning. So in next 5 years, we would like to try to add the contribution of renewable energy up to 23%. Today is still only 12 or 13%. So it's our homework right now. Indeed, yeah, it's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy task because the condition right now in Indonesia, we already had over capacity, and the over capacity, the bad news is coming from the fossil fuel, especially for the coal-fired power plant. So I think we should solve the problem in the same time. Yeah, we should overcome the overcapacity. At the same time, we should integrate the new energy coming from renewable energy in our grid. But based on the planning, we still ongoing to achieve the 20% of renewable energy penetration to our existing grid. I think that's my answer.
Great, thank you. And let's see here. I apologize. Some of the questions I can't really understand the gist of them. I think there's several questions for Pak Romi. I think Pak Romi, you have typed some answers to those.
Yes, I'm typing the answer.
Okay.
But let me know if I need to answer verbally.
You can if you want, actually. But yeah, I see you've answered them. So, I actually have a couple of questions myself here. Well, I think for you, Paromi, there was one that was quite specific. Could you explain the difference between your between HPAL and your stall technology? You see, the question says it seems to just be the traditional atmospheric leaching, basically. Is that correct?
Yes. Aside of we have lower capex and opex, we using the atmospheric leaching, and we also have less electricity or energy consumption, and we are able to extraction of the nickel ore, and that's why we able to convert the ferrous and aluminum into byproduct, because what the step temperature resulting is the chemical in this progress is not react with the ore. That also it is our one of the competitive advantage in compare with other incumbent processes, and that's why we're able to create the byproduct like ferrous and aluminum into iron ore.
Great, thanks. Good explanation. Again, we lost Ibu Mehdi, but there's a question here for Ms. Rosemary from Shell. Mr. Ian Wolf asks, what is the OEM from your presentation? What was the name of the OEM?
Sorry, Mr. Ben, because Ms. Rosemary has been left. My name is Christian from Marketing Indonesia.
Okay.
So the OEM that work together with Shell has many company actually. The first one is we call it Chrysler Electric Alliance, yeah. But the more important thing is when Miss Rosemary talk about the average, it means that if you have the battery and you want to charge it fast, it means that there is a lot of energy heat that will be implemented to the battery. So that's why from Shell, yeah, we created the electronic fluid to minimize the heat from the battery that is electrified charging that is faster. So that's why Shell right now try to have collaborations with some OEM. Yeah, we cannot mention it one by one, but it is quite famous in terms of the OEM for the EV ones. So
Okay.
that's why this is quite new that we want to bring as well to Indonesia. Thank you.
Great. This is a question I actually think is very, very pertinent. I have the same question myself. This is from Diki Surya Kusuma. I'm not sure which company, but it says if we are expecting, this is for all of the panelists, I would assume, if we are expecting high demand from nickel for batteries, it means we're putting a big bet on nickel-based battery technology. Tesla has chosen nickel and cobalt-free batteries for LFP battery technology for their EVs. How confident are we in the nickel-based battery technology in the future? I do not see any active push from the nickel producers to make sure that this technology will survive in the long run, for example, through R&D. And so how will the nickel demand be sustained? So LFP, I think also solid state batteries have been discussed out of Japan and Korea. Can anyone here answer that for us? Anyone? Bueller? I guess by Arianto, that is a good focus for our next nickel webinar. That's a very good question, I think, that if we're investing in Indonesia here and you put all your eggs in one basket and the industry changes to a new technology, what happens to the nickel reserves and then all of these new factories here in Indonesia? Good question. Yeah, unfortunately, we lost Ibu Mehdi. There's quite a few questions for her as well. But I have a question for Arifin. Hello?
Yeah, please.
Sorry. You had mentioned, it cut out on me there. You had mentioned it's only 330 megawatts are required to power all of the nickel battery, this new industry?
No. What I want to mention that this only for one plan, yeah, with the capacity 10 million a year.
Okay, so that's 330 megawatts per production site.
Yeah, for 10 million ton, yeah.
Okay, great. Thank you for clarifying that. And you know, I think cobalt has come up several times. Where is Indonesia looking to source its cobalt from? David?
Yeah.
You had mentioned the requirement for cobalt. You know, obviously these batteries need a certain amount of cobalt. Where is Indonesia looking to source its cobalt from?
Yeah, so far, yeah, it's not decided yet, yeah, because the IBC, you know, is new established, and the director is still, you know, just hold the position maybe less than 1 month, yeah. So it also depend on the global partner we choose, yeah. Later on, not now, still not decided yet.
Great, thanks for the answer, Pak. Pak Romi, question from again Tri Supki. How is the construction progress of the Stahl smelter in Palu, and what is the timeline to COD?
Yes, Ben. We have a special economic zone in Palu under Trinidad Metals and Minerals, where our plan is to have 10 line of smelters of steel building in there. But also, it's not only about how we produce the MHPS intermediary product. We also have a capability to produce the we have able to produce the pure nickel in that area. I think it's in order to support the government plan to make the downstream of electric vehicle batteries after we produce MHP, and next we have the electrowinning process in line. I think we hope we can able to build at the end of this year.
Excellent. Thanks for Thanks for clarifying that. I think you might want to answer the question to Christian Backheimer privately. Pa Romy, he's the last question there. He's asked you direct. Well, I guess that's about most of the questions we have here. We are about, not bad, only 10 minutes behind schedule. If anything else from the panelists, any comments, questions?
I think it's enough, Pak Ben.
Okay. I appreciate everyone who joined today, and thank you very much for Petromindo IKI for putting on this webinar. I learned quite a bit. Thank you. And thank you to all of the panelists who joined our discussion today and offered your time and effort. Thanks again, everybody, and hope to see you at the next event.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Bu Desi. Thank you, everyone.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, you all.
Thank you, Pak Arifin. You too.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, all participants, thank you for staying with us. This is the end of the fourth part of webinar series 2021 Indonesian Nickel Industry, Investing in Sustainable Nickel Projects. Well, before I conclude, I would like to invite all of you to attend our next webinar, which is tomorrow, Friday, May 7, 2021, with topic 2021 Energy Transition in Asia. What does it mean for Indonesian coal? You can register now to book your space by visiting our website, www.petromindo.com. All right, thank you very much for joining today's webinar. Thank you very much to all speakers who have joined us today and shared their presentations. And thank you also to moderator, Pak Ben. We appreciate it so much. And once again, on behalf of the organizing committee, we would like also to express our gratitude to all sponsors, PT Shell Indonesia as main sponsor, and also to our partner sponsor, PT PLN Persero. Thank you very much for the support and great contribution. Alright, selamat menjalankan ibadah puasa bagi yang melaksanakan. Stay safe and stay healthy, everyone. I'm signing off. Thank you, Pak Ben.